Daisuke's eyes widen. He shouts, Rena. For a brief moment, everything slows. He watches her struggle to stand, her body trembling under the weight of the battle. He clenches his fists and thinks to himself, it's no use, she can't hold out any longer. Then, something clicks, his expression changes. He steadies his breath and thinks, I see, I understand now. I was given this power for times like these. Across the battlefield, Rena struggles to stay upright. She grips her sword tightly and says, I cannot allow myself to be defeated here. Her voice falters. She whispers, but my body. The gargoyle raises its massive wing, ready to strike again. Then, a sharp crack echoes through the air. A projectile pierces straight through the gargoyle's wing. The creature lets out a distorted roar. Rena freezes in shock. Smoke drifts through the air. Trailing from the weapon in Daisuke's hand, Daisuke lowers his arm slightly. His eyes remain locked on the target. He thinks to himself, traveling to another world, facing monsters, one surprise after another. He exhales slowly, then continues, but the thing that surprised me most is this power. He raises his weapon again. He says, an ability to turn my airsoft gun into a real firearm in this world. Rena turns toward him, stunned. She shouts, Daisuke. The gargoyle shifts its focus. It turns toward Daisuke and roars. Rena stares at the weapon in his hand. She begins to speak, that thing is. But Daisuke calmly cuts in. He says, this is a Glock 17. He steps to the side, narrowly dodging a crushing blow. He continues, a semi-automatic pistol manufactured by the Glock company in Austria. Another strike. He moves again, fluid and precise. He says, it fires 9mm rounds. Its defining feature is its lightweight polymer frame. The gargoyle swings again. Daisuke ducks and pivots. He adds, compared to other handguns, it's extremely easy to handle. He raises the weapon. His finger tightens on the trigger. He says, which means. Gunfire erupts, rapid, precise, relentless. Bullets tear into the gargoyle's body. Cracks begin to spread across its stone surface. Daisuke continues. It allows the user to instantly respond to an enemy's movements. He fires again and again and again. The gargoyle begins to falter. Pieces of its body crumble and fall. Rena watches in disbelief. She says, this is impossible to defeat a gargoyle, something even veteran knights struggle against. Her voice trembles. She continues, and to do it alone without a sword. She lowers her gaze slightly. She whispers, it's as if this power was granted by the gods themselves. Daisuke doesn't stop. He unleashes one final barrage. The bullets overwhelm the gargoyle. Shattering it completely, the creature collapses. Silence fills the forest once more. Daisuke lowers his weapon. Without hesitation, he runs toward Rena. He calls out, are you all right, Rena? Suddenly, she shouts, stop. Daisuke freezes, startled. His expression tightens as he thinks, is she hurt or angry? Rena slowly lowers herself, then bows deeply. She says, I have been terribly rude until now. She lifts her head slightly. Her voice is filled with reverence. She continues, that overwhelming strength, you must be the god of war himself. Daisuke panics. He waves his hands frantically and says, no, 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 you've got it all wrong. He steps closer and adds, please raise your head. He reaches into his pocket and hands her a small card. He says, here, this is my card. Rena examines it carefully. Her eyes narrow in confusion. She says, these symbols, I've never seen letters like this before. Daisuke glances at his watch. His expression shifts. He mutters, oh, it's time. He sighs slightly. He says, I guess I should head back. Rena looks up quickly. She says, Daisuke, I have something I wish to ask of you. Before she can finish, Daisuke nods. He says, I understand. I'll return once I'm done with my work at the company, all right. Rena blinks, confused. She tilts her head and thinks to herself, a company, what is that? Daisuke turns away. A strange portal begins to form before him. He pauses for a moment. Then looks back. He says, just hold on to that card, okay? Rena watches him silently. As he steps toward the portal, she thinks to herself, Daisuke, who are you, really? He disappears. The portal closes. The scene shifts. A modern city, busy streets, towering buildings. Daisuke walks through the crowd like nothing ever happened. He begins his narration once more. He says, "My name is Koga Daisuke. I'm 40 years old." He continues walking. He adds, "Aside from spending half my income on survival gear and traveling to another world after work." He pauses, a faint smile forms. He says, "I'm just your average salaryman." He sits down during his break. A steaming bowl of ramen rests in front of him. He picks up his chopsticks and quietly begins to eat.